Hello everyone, welcome to day I think 8 of Java coding. We're finally here. This is it, guys. We're at processing. We can finally do it. We learned Java. You guys basically learned uh, the key core parts of all of Java. And when I say the key core parts, I mean all that's left for you guys is the little caveat, the caveats, the little extra details, extra little pieces of syntax you can use. Those you can still learn, and other than that, all you need to learn is a bunch of just random Java libraries that are commonly used. And I don't think that I find that very necessary. And I will show you the most necessary ones for what we'll be doing very soon. So let's get into it. Introduction to processing. Alright, we're past Java. Forget Java. Doesn't matter. We learned all that for nothing. Alright, I'm just kidding. Yes, processing is a wonderful GUI IDE. I will explain what that means. What is processing? Why processing? Alright, you can go on the website processing.org to find out, but I will just give you a little rundown. So, processing. What is processing? It's its own language, right? It's its own IDE. Just like Java is its own coding language and Codiva is its own IDE, processing is both, right? It packs both of them into one. And so why processing? It's because it allows us to create allows us to easily create graphical user interfaces. What is a graphical user interface? It's a window, it's application, it's this screen. It's Google Chrome has this graphical user interface. You see like a screen with all this cool stuff on it. It has the minimize button and the close button, and it has these tabs and this link thing where you can type in stuff, and it has these buttons on it. That's the graphical user interface. It's just something with images, with graphics, right? So now luckily for us, we don't have to learn a completely new language, right? The processing language is very similar, if not identical, to Java in a lot of ways. Now, because processing is similar to Java, we can use what we have learned in order to produce games, animations, applications, and many more using just our Java knowledge and a little bit more. Java actually has a way of producing these graphical user interface, these GUIs. I'll be calling them GUIs. It has a way of producing these GUIs on its own, called using a library called JFrames, but it's super tedious, super difficult. It takes so much text and syntax. We don't want to deal with that. So processing actually handles all that syntax and background stuff that we don't have to deal with, and it handles that for us. So we don't have to deal with it, and making GUIs just a lot easier. So if you ever worked with JFrames, you know how much of a pain in the butt it is, and processing will help us with that. Now, how do we get processing? We go to processing.org. Let's all just download it for the first time. I downloaded it already, but let's just download it again. That's how beautiful processing is. Get rid of Codiva. We're not using Codiva anymore. And my internet dropped. Okay, let's get back into it. Now my internet cut out, but I'm finally back. Here, we're on processing.org. Alright, this is the wonderful Daniel Schiffman, and he explains a lot of the features and a lot of the things you could do with processing. So let's hop right in. Alright, let's go ahead and download processing. Now, if you're not on your own personal computer, I guess, yeah, you might have to just absorb the knowledge for now, and you can apply it later on. I will eventually figure out a way for people without their own personal computers to download and run processing. But for now, if you have a personal computer, lucky for you, you gotta try it out. So go ahead and download whatever version you have. Let me open it up. Okay, now that's gonna take forever. I'm gonna cancel it because I already have it downloaded. Once you have it downloaded, go ahead, go into the folder and open up processing. So processing, it's a coding language that's very similar to Java, but has built-in functions that help us draw stuff and make GUIs super easily. Now, we always have in our processing folder a setup and a draw method, right? A function. And when a method and function are the same thing, by the way. One which is setup is to prepare things, is to set things up, right? Like the frame rate or the size of the screen. The other is to draw things every frame, right? After it repeats over and over again. So this is the tool that we will be using to create a bunch of applications, games, animations. We will be using this for the rest of the lessons. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.